Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, along with my co-host, Kevin.
Hello.
It's just the two of us today, and we are here to discuss episode 6 of the Challenge All-Stars called Revenge of the All-Stars.
What do you say?
Was that?
You say it's just two of us.
Just the two of us. Actually, there's three of us.
That's what I said.
So what did you, I know before you were talking pre-show, you had something you wanted to talk about before we got into the episode.
Yeah, I guess during the MTV music or movie and TV awards, they dropped a clip of a 6-episode docuseries of basically just the making of the challenge. And I think it's going to be super nostalgic, and they're going to tell probably explanations on a lot of things, like why CT got into so many fights. I mean, and CT, Bananas, they're all in it. They're all willing to be a part of it. So I'm kind of curious, but I'm not gonna lie, the clip that they gave was so broad that I'm kind of curious to hear what I guess our audience thinks is going to happen from it. So if you guys have any ideas or know anything that I don't, other than that one 50-second clip, please let us know. Put it in the comments. But I'm excited. Overall, I'm excited. We'll see.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely check it out for sure.
I mean, it's 6 episodes. If it sucks, then
right. Did they say where it's going to be?
They just said coming at. No, it's like a documentary about it.
Oh, so it's going to be in theaters, or is it going to be on Paramount Plus?
It's going to be on Paramount
Plus.
But it's going to drop weekly or whatever.
Oh, so cool. Yeah, then we'll definitely check that out. I think
I'm going to be curious to see what happens. But
no, definitely, especially if they're interviewing all these old contestants. That's kind of a cool aspect of it, and just to see the evolution of the show, because there's a lot.
I hope that they get into stuff like the abrupt endings of people being part of it. You never know about it. Could have been hey, I had a kid and I don't want to be a part of this anymore, or it could be oh, I dropped a really bad racial slur last time and they didn't air it, but I'm kicked out forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's very possible. It's definitely going to be an interesting watch. That real quick, before we get into the meat, what do you think of this episode?
It sucked. I mean, overall, it sucked. It's just too predictable at this point, I guess, with everything that's going on. The tree, it's the same stuff every time. It's just different name for
Safety
this
Palace, Treehouse, literally
little area. Yeah,
somebody takes the mantle of being an annoying
big brother.
Picking on the small group.
Yeah, and the obvious minorities of the group, like the older generation. I don't think anybody's said a word to Roni this entire season.
I agree, and I feel bad.
The most she's told us, and we're about to go into the finals, was that she has kids at home. She wants, and that was today. So I don't know.
Yeah, I wanted her to win. Breaking news, she did
so bad,
and
so bad.
And this also is just kind of we've talked about this before. Everyone helps everyone out, and when somebody who's done nothing, they bully Kellyanne, they bully Kendall, and then Roni. No one bullied her, but no one's saying hey, you're missing a piece.
Right. For how pissed off they are that Kellyanne won.
Right, exactly.
Was it that hard that nobody saw that piece? I honestly couldn't tell you how Roni didn't see the piece, but whatever. You're focused up here. You're trying to figure something out. I get that maybe, but nobody was yo, there's one right there at the base.
And Kevin, it was green. It wasn't it was white. It was
it wasn't camouflaged in or anything.
Yeah, right.
Nobody was yo, check it out. And then when she lost, first, Kellyanne broke her thing at the very end and went back and still won.
Yeah.
And everybody's oh, what the fuck? Just point at the little thing.
Yeah, right. Help Roni out. If you don't want her to win so badly, why didn't you say something?
Right. Or they didn't want Kellyanne to win so badly that it's well, then help the other person out. Exactly. And not only that girl's in neutral. She's not on any fucking truce with anybody. So I don't understand what the harm would be anywhere else. But
no, I completely agree with you. And that's just kind of my gripe with I don't know. Just like I don't really like a lot of the girls in here. Like and I don't really like a lot of the guys. They take everything so personally, and you gotta remember it's a show. It's a game show for
Dude, it's
money.
really funny you say that because like I watch it and now they're all old enough and they have a major push to like talk about their family and their kids and their fiancés and husband. Like I get that, but like now my focus is away from the game and is more like, is she really annoying? And like you see her interacting or whatever, and it's like I wonder what she would be like if I was like a dad at a soccer game and her kid was on my son's team.
Who are you talking about?
Like Kellyanne or anybody. Like
I thought you were going to talk about
it's
Sylvia.
more like, are they really annoying? I like what do you hate about these people?
Right. Yeah. When like so Kellyanne wins, Sylvia's like all offended by it. And it's like she didn't really do anything that like what Derek did when he won the elimination today was egregious compared to what Kellyanne did celebration wise.
Right. Yeah.
And like no one says anything. It's just
right.
like they just hate people to hate people. And
they didn't even go on the same like real world or like play together. So they don't know each other.
Right.
It's just like an automatic, oh fuck that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
That was you're holding something against her from literally 20 years ago. 15 years.
Yeah, I mean are you surprised the way that these people act that way? When you think about it, like they're still doing this, like taking it. Brad.
Well, again, so like that, like when I'm thinking about this, it's like I'd much rather have her be the mom of somebody than have to talk to this bitch for 45 minutes. Like, for an example, like I'd rather talk to Kellyanne and like standing as we watch a soccer game opposed to fucking Sylvia.
Yeah, I don't like Sylvia.
Or I immediately go to like working with them. So it's like
Cora doesn't like Sylvia
either. So it's like I wonder what in an office setting. What do you think Sylvia does?
I don't think she does anything.
I do. She's got HR written all over her. And
I meant like she doesn't work. I don't know what her occupation
is.
Yeah.
But like if you could, yeah. And then not only that, you know exactly what type of worker she is. She's the one that's like, oh, I need to get such and such, and like takes an hour and a half lunch every day. It's just like she's Kelly from The Office.
Yeah, I think Bill said something last week where he's like, "Oh, Sylvia's been really good," and I was like, "I don't agree. Like, I don't find anything she's done impressive. Her wins are like they lateraled her a ball to win. Like, there's never like she was like truck sticking people in that mud game. Like, I'm so glad she lost, and
she cries every season,
right? And the other thing that annoys me is why she doesn't pick Kellyanne or Kellyanne? Wait, no. Kellyanne picks her in, but then she picks who's the girl that she picked in?
Naya.
Yeah, like, and then like she's like, well, she's weak. Like that's what I was texting in the group where she's like, her game has not impressed me, and I was like, this is definition of old takes exposed. Like they're definitely setting it up for her to lose. Yeah, it was awesome. Like
she hasn't impressed me much this season, and I was like.
Right, you haven't done anything. Like,
what did you do?
Yeah,
like,
you've had some like cupcake wins because you're in the stupid treehouse, and it's just
it's pathetic.
Yeah,
she definitely had to go. So like, I get the spoiler that I got today by the colleagues of mine in this podcast, but she definitely did have to go. I agree with everything that was said.
She just not pulling her weight to act the way she was acting.
And she's a wet booger. You try and flick it off. They never leave your finger. Like just there.
So let's go back to the challenge real quick. We were talking pre-show. We liked the way it was, where it's like you had to scratch off like a board that I guess was like when you like scratch off a lottery ticket. That's what it reminded me of. Then you do the locks, and then like only a certain amount of paddle boards that go out. And then only a certain amount of what was it? Puzzles. Spots to do the puzzle.
Grab, yeah.
And I just thought that was
it was an elimination within an elimination.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, and like you said, it was very Survivor-esque where it's like tiers of the challenge and like only certain people like in the number can advance. And I think that's good because then people also can't work together. So I hate when we saw today, let's all throw things on so-and-so's name to get them out.
I mean, we saw today, it was actually in my opinion, well played by MJ when he was like, I'll take the disadvantage because he knew he wasn't winning it.
Yeah.
And his best chance is to have somebody else get knocked in by let the strong guys fight it out.
Right.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him, which we all.
I don't really like MJ either, to be honest with you. Like, I think he's soft.
I mean,
he's a secret tough guy, or wannabe tough guy.
He peaks in college, big time, and just constantly talks about what he used to do 20 years ago and how he's like, that makes him still relevant today.
What was he doing during the elimination challenge? There's only so many paths in the puzzle to go, and I just like, like, what was he doing?
Well, it was funny because they showed Jordan.
Unless it was editing,
and Jordan was like, boom, 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 boom. This is how you have to do it. Like, he told the person within 3 seconds.
Right.
Like, that's the difference between these people. But yeah, I don't know. It makes no sense. But I didn't think of that challenge being really that difficult.
I didn't think it was cool.
Actually, what it was the one that's in Survivor where they can't touch the sides, like Operation. And that was like, cooler. You can touch the sides.
And that's at that point, just bang that stick around.
Just keep going, baby.
Yeah, and like, even I know Derek. So MJ challenges Derek because he thinks Derek's bad at puzzles, and really all this is like get stick to the end of the thing with all the things out, nothing challenging. And Derek was also an idiot during his. Like, when he's trying to knock the ball in, and Brad said it best, like, he's making these divots in the sand so it's not flat. It's just like, how do you that? It's just,
do you think that they're getting ready when the girls go?
So they can't see?
Yeah, so like,
I hope so. I hope that gives it a little bit of an explanation for him, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just thought that was just like from like a bush league. That's like a rookie move to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, how many times you've been on the show? So many times. Didn't he say he was in like 14 eliminations?
He's like, this is my 17th.
Yeah, something like that.
Actually, my first thought of that was, who the fuck counts that? Like, it's such a weird.
I'm sure.
Like, well, that was my 44th RBI. So
I'm sure the producer like whispered in his ear.
Yeah. I don't know. He's always like that.
TJ reads off a stat sheet at the beginning, like so and so's first challenge of the decade.
All right.
Yeah, right. This is the 5th time you guys have played each other, like things like that.
Or they do it like AA, and they're like, "All right, so anybody who's been here 14 times, raise your hand." Yeah. He's like the last one standing. Woo woo.
I'm 17. But I mean, and I mentioned this earlier, like the way Derek acted when he beat MJ, like no one was offended by that. And I just think that they just pick and choose their battles, and it's just like I don't care if anyone.
Well, the thing that sucks is that like now the game is going to get to that point where all the strong guys are, and this is like my gripe with a lot of these shows, is they weed out all the shitty ones, like immediately. They pick and choose, blah blah blah. And they try and make drama out of all that. But then as soon as it gets to the point where all the battles that you wanted to see but against like 2 strong people, it's now finals time within the next like 2 weeks. You might get like 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
And now it's finals time. So that's all eliminated. Like how awesome would it be to see like Wes and Jordan go after each other in elimination game type thing, and just one-on-one, or like CT and like, remember when like what was that bit? CT and Bananas, like when it used to be like,
yeah, like there's too many people get to the finals, I think now.
Right. Well, that's yeah. They were like, well, now that there's only 2 people in the thing, that means we're getting close to finals. And me and my roommate were like, there's 15 people left.
I know.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, no more sabotage. And they're like, and what's her face was like, I could smell the money. It's like, you are not winning the show.
Yeah, it's right there. It's like right there.
Yeah, Veronica. It's like, you're not winning. So I don't really like
smell it.
Smell the money.
And this isn't for me. This is for my kids.
Yeah.
And I do love Derek's like, I mean, my retirement plan sucks.
Yeah, he's fine. He's a bro.
Yeah.
So I guess that means that 7, probably 1 more elimination, normal episode, then probably 8 is the finale.
Yeah.
Maybe like a double episode.
Where they do that like long elimination, so it's like 2 episodes. So which they probably
they'll probably double it up. Which is, I mean,
I don't know. Did they do that with the All-Stars last time?
I just don't even remember.
Me neither. Leave it in the comments, people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really hold this one at like a high standard, like as the main show, but it's just like, to me, it's like it's a little bit watered down version of the main show, and it's still fine. Like I like some of the guys, like I like some of the people on it. Like there's people I hate. Like I just think
it says a lot that they had to have this show just to avoid like all the intense stuff that happens on the other one. All these people were like, I would love to do it again, but like I don't feel like getting into all that drama.
Right.
And like I'm old now, so like I can't really like do the challenges well. And they're like, well, what if we had minimum drama? You could talk to your families every day, and we'll make the challenges a little bit easier. Would you do it then? And they're like, sign me up.
Yeah, sign me up. Oh, you have 50% of making the final? Sign me up. I'm in. Yeah, they'd say it to Beth, and then Beth like starts a rumor about infidelity. It's just
oh, dude, that was Did you guys talk about that? I didn't.
Yeah, we talked about it. She's just completely out of line.
Absolutely, absolutely. But fuck yeah, good for her. Yeah. This goes back to what we were saying about Survivor. No holds barred. You can just lie about whatever you want to survive.
Right, I agree. And
as the kids are saying these days, out of pocket.
Do you have anything else to say on this episode before we get out of here?
Good to go.
So thanks for watching. We're gonna have a preview for the Challenge CBS because they released that cast. Have you looked at it, Kevin?
I didn't see that release.
So
yeah.
Tyson from like Survivor. Tyson's on it. Shan's on it.
It's all like good people.
Danny from 41 with the football player. He's gonna be my pick. I think he's gonna be good.
From 41?
Yeah, he was like friends with Deshaun.
Oh yeah.
I think he's gonna be good.
Player.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, did you look at that? Is there a guy that he's like an Asian, like Chinese guy, and it like showed his name, and then it showed what show he came from, and it was just his name repeated? Do you know anything about that?
I didn't see that. I didn't dive that deep into it. Well, when we do the preview, we'll discuss it. But we have that coming out, and then we have preview. There's another preview. I think Bachelors, they released there, so I'm sure we'll be doing that soon. We got I know we're in a lull right now just because there's not a lot of TV, but it'll be ramping up in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for all that, and we'll be back with some toxic drama with Bachelor. So for myself and Kevin and Baby, good night.
See ya.